Hello, everyone. Hello. How's everyone doing this afternoon? Seems funny to be on again a second time today, but that's okay. I'm just going to go over to my page and make sure this is playing properly. One moment while I check that. Oh, that was fun. There we go. Okay. Now we're doing that. Minor technical difficulty, easily fixed. Okay, there we are. Now I can see all your comments. All right, hello again. Good afternoon. Welcome to my 2021 Annual Catalog launch party. Thanks for joining me today. It is at this moment, Saturday, May 29th, just after 1 p.m. And hopefully you're having a good day. So this is going to be relatively short. I'm going to do a little tour through the new catalog, and I'm going to tell you about some prize draws I'll be doing today, and I'm going to show you some of the new products. So let's get started. First of all, this is the 2021 to 2022 Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. Even the cover is pretty, and there's lots of pretty stuff inside. It's kind of hard to decide. That's the difficult part with this, is how do you know which ones to get? Okay, let's start our little tour on pages 10 and 11 with the Beauty of the Earth suite. This one's kind of tied for first place for me with the new suites. I have another one, the hand pen suite, that I'll show you in a minute, that's also tied, but I don't know, this might even edge out the hand penned one. I think I really like this one. So this, you get the stamp set and the dies as a bundle, and also some designer paper and an embossing folder, and I'll show you all of that in a minute. And it's kind of fun because the die even cuts out these little birdies, so you can have your little birdies in the trees. And so you can kind of see here that you can cut out a trunk and some leaves and some different trees. Basically, both of these, this tree and these sentiments have dies that coordinate with them. And then there's some other leaves and a trunk in the set as well, and the little birdies. So that is the Beauty of the Earth suite on pages 10 and 11. Next, we're going to flip over to pages 28 and 29 for the Pansy Petal suite. I think this one is one of the more popular ones so far. If you like pansies, this is an amazing suite. You can see on this side, don't get the glare off the page there. There we go. Some of the projects that have been made already with it. And so this includes the Pansy Patch stamp set and the pansy dies. What's really interesting about these dies is it does cut out some of the flowers so that you can stamp an image in whatever color you want, but it also cuts out some of the images from the designer paper. Actually, this image right here shows you, if I pick this up, I think you can see that there's a die around this flower from the designer paper. And this one has all the new in colors in it. So polished pink, fresh freesia, pale papaya, soft succulent, and evening evergreen. It's the only one of the suites that has all of the new colors. They all have some, but this one has all of them. So that's really cool. Next one is the Yora Peach suite. I have to say, I really like the colors in this, the oranges and the greens. That's just working for me. So you get this cute little set here with the leaves and the flowers and some little peaches and the larger one, and just some really cute little sentiments in here. There's a nice happy birthday, have a peachy day, your sweet is a peach. It's very cute. And it does have a set of dies with it as well. And you can see here, again, get the glare off, some of the projects they've made. And one of them is doing some jars. So these jars here have little candies or something in them, but there's also, they've used the designer paper. Here, I'll pick this up. They've used the designer paper to top jars, so you can make some peach jam if you're so inclined, and then put the designer papers on the lid. It's really nice. Okay, next on the tour, the Simply Elegant Suite. And it is very elegant. I've got the designer paper from this that I'll show you in just a couple of minutes. So this is the stamp set with it, and it's this nice sort of fancy, I don't know what the term is for this style. I can't remember. It's gone out of my head. But it's got all sorts of fun little curlicues and stuff in it. And the style of these sentiments is most of them are printed, but this is more of the cursive, really nice. And I like the sentiments in this one. This one doesn't have a set of dies, but it does have a punch that comes with it. And you can use that for punching out your sentiments. And it gives you, see if I can do that. It doesn't really show that. I'll show the small one down here. It gives you this shape here for your sentiments, which is kind of fun. And the papers are really nice. Got some lovely gold accents. I'll show you that actual paper shortly. Then on pages 80 and 81, we have got the Bloom Where You're Planted suite. This is, I think, my second favorite one. If Hand Penned and Beauty of the Earth are tied for first, this is my second favorite. Mostly just because I really like green, but I also really like plants. So this one is great for me. And again, there's a stamp set here and some dies that coordinate with it. And this is just nice. It doesn't have the quote unquote standard happy birthday sentiment that a lot of stamp sets do, but it's got some other sentiments. So, to a dear friend, you were there and I'm grateful. You touched my heart. Thank you, or thank you so very much. And then a little note with the biggest thanks. So just some slightly different sentiments, which is nice. And then the dies cut out every single image in this stamp set, as well as having a couple extra ones that you can cut out. And then here you can see some of the projects that have been made with that. Really nice. And that has, where are we? The Evening Evergreen in it, which is one of the new in colors. So that's nice. Okay, next stop on the tour. Expressions in Ink. So pretty. So this designer paper, you can kind of see this interesting background here. Let me pick it up a little closer to the camera. This background in here. And on some of these others, it's an alcohol ink technique. So when they designed the paper, they had someone actually do this. So you put some drops of ink and some alcohol and it makes this really cool pattern. And then they use that to create the designer paper. It's really neat. And that also has, well, it has the stamp set, first of all. And this is one of the distinctive stamps. So it gives almost like a photo quality finish to your images. And then has some dies with it, cuts out these images. But then there's also, if you can see here, I don't have these dies or I would show you, but there is this lovely flower and these big leaves down here that are really pretty. And it also has this Expressions in Ink ephemera pack. And I have that, I'll show you at some point today. And that's got a bunch of these gold accents that you can see on these cards. It's really lovely. And just as a little side note, if you're watching this before June 10th, the June Paper Pumpkin Kit coordinates with this suite, which is kind of fun. I'm looking forward to getting that. Okay, one more suite on the tour. And this is the other one that tied for first place with me. There's maybe just a smidge under the Beauty of the Earth, but the hand-penned suite is so pretty. I really like this one. So you've got these flowers here. And what I like about this is you've got these images that have the defined edges to them. So it gives you a nice clear image. But then you also have these sort of splotchy stamps, if you will, that you can use to fill in the color. So you can either stamp these line images and color them with markers or watercolor pens or whatever. Oh, hi, Judy. Thanks for joining me. So yeah, you can stamp these and color them in, or you can use some of these in a different color to kind of fill in. Like, for example, this one here would fill in this flower. Or this one here would fill in this flower. So it's really neat that you can either just do the line image and color them, or you can fill it in with this. And I do have a project with that to show you in a little bit. I think that one's going to be later tonight. Anyway, so that's the last suite I wanted to highlight. There's a few others, but those were just my favorites. So I wanted to just go through those. But one other one, this isn't a suite, this is a bundle, but I really like this one, so I wanted to mention it to you, is the Color and Contour bundle. And you get the stamp set and the dies. Now, with it not being sweet, there isn't paper or extras included, but this I think is an amazing set. And I will show you this a little bit later this afternoon, like in this live session here. I'll show you this up close and personal with a card I made. So you've got these lovely little flowers. And again, you've got the option to do the line item, and then you can fill it in or not. And you've got some really nice sentiments in here. But what's really cool about this is these dies have all these scalloped rectangles. So it does have the flowers. You can cut out the flowers, but then you've got a scalloped edge and some scalloped rectangles. And I'll actually show you those actual dies in just a couple of minutes here so you can see them better. But I just wanted to highlight that because this you can use with any project you're making. It's great. Okay, so that was my highlights for the different suites. I'm actually just going to flip here one moment. If I can get the pages to turn. I forgot to put a bookmark in this one. To all the color families, just in case you're new and you don't already know this, Stampin' Up! Has 4 regular color families. So there's brights, neutrals, regals, and subtles, and 10 colors in each. But they also do in color collections. So each year they introduce 5 colors that are only available for a couple of years. So last year, the 2020 to 2022 ones we got are here: Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Bumblebee, Magenta Madness, and Misty Moonlight. This year, and I'll show you some of these products in just a second, we've got Fresh Freesia, Polished Pink, Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, and Pale Papaya. Now me, being a fan of green, green is my favorite color. I'm so happy there's 2 greens in here. It's really exciting for me. And also, as far as I know, this is the first time ever that you're able to get the Stampin' Blends in every single color. Just ignore my lines through there. That's just the ones that I already got. They are available. And yeah, you can see that the 2020 to 2022, there's one missing. This has all 5 colors available in everything: cardstock, ink pad, re-inkers, and Stampin' Blends. It's great. And I'm just gonna quickly flip over here in case you haven't seen it. Just behind all these colors, this is where you find all your tools and supplies in case you don't already know that. So ink stuff, here's the designer series papers. So it shows you all the patterns on all the papers so you can get a little better idea. I have a bunch of these that I'll actually take out and show you. There's some new papers here, the vellum paper and the ombre paper that I'll show you, the gold and the rose gold and the linen paper, and I'll show you that in just a minute. There's some fun new little boxes, and the ombre envelopes are great. They make great gift envelopes. There's some new ribbons. This is the ephemera pack that comes with the expressions in ink. And the Bloom Where You're Planted has these little lattices that I'll show you in detail. Those are kind of fun. A bunch of new embellishments in this catalog, including there's 2 different things with in colors. So we've got this one here is the 2020 to 2022 in colors. And then where'd it go? Here, the 2021 to 2023 in color jewels. And I have those to show you in just a minute too. And some accessories, and then it gets into all of the punches and dies that are available. So if you've never flipped through the back, you need to go through, there's the embossing folders and different adhesives and dies. So anyway, there's lots of new stuff. We tend to focus on the stamp sets because of course that's the main images, but there's lots of really neat things that can really help your projects in this last back part of the catalog. If you don't have a catalog yet, let me know. I can send you a PDF copy if you like, and or I can mail an actual paper copy to you. So just let me know if you don't have one yet, and I'm happy to get a digital and or paper copy to you. Okay, I'm just going to move that off there, and I'm going to grab my pile of in color stuff. 1 second here, move that over. Okay, so here is our 2021 to 2023 in colors. So we've got Pale Papaya. Oh, there's a glare on that. There we go. Pale Papaya, Fresh Freesia, Polished Pink, Soft Succulent, and Evening Evergreen. And these are really nice colors. It's a little easier to see on the cardstock that I'll show you just in 1 sec. But I have used all of these colors already so far, and I really like them. So that's the ink pads. So you can get all the colors in the ink pad. As I mentioned before, you can get the Stampin' Blends. I don't have all of them yet. I will shortly. Just in case you haven't seen it before, the Stampin' Blends come in a set of 2. So this one is the Pale Papaya, and we've got dark Pale Papaya and light Pale Papaya. And so they're really similar. It's just literally one is slightly darker than the other. Actually, here, I'll just use this envelope, get my messy paper from below. And what I can do is just kind of show you. I had an envelope with my notes on it. Please ignore that. But what I can do is just kind of show you. So there's the dark and there's the light of the Pale Papaya. So that just kind of gets you an idea of, there's the 2 shades of the same color there. And as I said, this is the first time, as far as I know, that you've been able to get all of the in colors in the Stampin' Blends. And I've already used them on a couple projects, and it is really nice. Put those away. So there is the blends. They do also come in the regular Stampin' Right markers. So again, we've got the Papaya, Polished Pink, Freesia, Soft Succulent, and Evening Evergreen. So you can get all the markers. This is the in color jewels that I mentioned. I'm just going to take it out of the package here so that I can show it to you without the glare from the plastic. So these, here, I'll get my hand out from under so you can see. These are the in color jewels, and they are self-adhesive. So there's small and large ones. And so you get small and large in each of the 5 colors when you get this. And as you can see, there's some missing. I've already used them on some projects, and they're really nice. They add a nice little bit of bling. And actually, I'll show you some of those in use in just a minute because I used them on a card I am about to show you. Well, not in a minute, but slightly more than a minute. And then we have the cardstock. So this is, 1 second while I pick it up. This is our Pale Papaya. And then we've got our Fresh Freesia. And then our Soft Succulent. I really like this. As I mentioned, I'm a fan of green, so I'm going to go a little nuts over the green here. If you like other colors, that's your preference, please forgive me. But I really like this soft green. It's almost like it's got a tinge of gray in it, depending on what colors you pair it with. So that's really nice. That's the Soft Succulent. This is the Polished Pink. If you like pink, you have to get this one. Pink is not my favorite color. I usually don't really like it, but I used this on a card that I'm going to show you in a sec, and it was really nice. So it's bright, but it's not excessively bright. I really like it. And then the Evening Evergreen, and I'm a sucker for these darker greens, so I really like this one. So there is the cardstock in these 5. Let me just see if I can tilt it to get the glare off. There we go. So we've got our Pale Papaya, Fresh Freesia, Soft Succulent, Polished Pink, and Evening Evergreen cardstock. And you can get, this is the variety pack where you get 3 of each, so you can get that. But you can also buy entire packages of each color. I just was using this for simplicity to show you. Now I'm just going to try and get it back in the package. Forget the package. We'll just set that to the side. Okay, last item that I have in the colors, sorry if this makes a strange noise, we'll undo the adhesive, is the in color Shimmer Vellum. And it is beautiful. So this is the soft succulent. And I'm hoping there, can you see how that shimmers? It's much prettier in person than it's showing up on the camera. Trust me on that. So that is the in color vellum paper. So again, there's your soft succulent, and then we've got the polished pink. Oh, let me just move over so that you'll be able to see all the colors. So soft succulent, polished pink. There's the evening evergreen, the fresh freesia, and the pale papaya. And they all have that really lovely shimmer to it. It's like it's got built-in sparkles. It's so pretty. Okay, just set that. Give me a moment. I'm just going to carefully put this back in its package so it doesn't get bent or damaged. So that is all of the new in color products that I have. There are a couple others, but that's all the ones I have for now. Notice I said for now, because you know I'll be getting some more. Okay, I'm going to do a slight pause here. And am I? No, actually, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to show you these other fancy papers that are new in this catalog. So one of them is the Simply Elegant. I showed you the Simply Elegant suite. This is the designer paper. I did not get the whole suite, at least not yet, but I will show you the designer paper because, as I mentioned, it's got all this lovely gold in it. And then the back side of each has a sort of a more plain pattern to it. So that's the back side of those. And then this one. So you've got these, this one looks almost copper with those flowers, and then a plain pattern on the back there. This one. So you've got both like copper and gold in this one. And then you've got a plain option there. I keep saying plain, and I don't mean that it's not interesting. I just mean it doesn't have the gold in it. That's all. And then this one, it's like the little gold arches there. And then you've got this gray pattern on the back. And then this one, I really like this one with the little gold bits on it. I'm not sure what this pattern would be called, but it's kind of fun. And then you've got the sort of swirls, almost like paisley on the back of that one. And then this one, I wasn't sure I was going to like this one when I saw it in the catalog because it's gray and I thought it might be too dark, but it's so beautiful. And this has like silver and gold in it, and it just brightens the whole thing up. So it's not dark at all. And even this one, even though it's got black background, you've got the vanilla leaves in here and brightens it up. It's really nice. So I really like this elegant. This is the Simply Elegant designer paper. And I can foresee myself using this a lot, particularly, well, for everybody, but particularly on masculine cards. If you don't want a flowery paper, or even just someone who doesn't like flowers, this would work great for that. So that's the Simply Elegant paper. This is the linen specialty paper. Let's open this and pull it out. And this really is actual linen. I wish you could feel the texture through the camera because it feels like material. Probably can't really see the detail in there, but it looks like a piece of fabric and feels like a piece of fabric. And you can stamp right on this. So you can use this in any of your projects, and it gives, because it's got this sort of material background, just gives a little bit of depth to it. And also that nice texture. So that is lovely. You'll actually see this. There's going to be a video later by Shannon Miller from Carrot Top Creative, and she uses some of this in one of the projects in her video. So you'll be seeing that later. One more set of, well, actually I've got two more, but second to last that I've got for you here is the Ombre specialty paper. Give me a second to fight my way Sorry, it was noisy to fight my way in here. And get this out. 1 second. There. So this, and yeah, you can see the sparkles in that. So pretty. And all of them have this dark to light gradient in them. So there's, what color is it? I can't quite remember what the colors are in this one. You know what? I can look it up. Just grab my catalog back here. Did you also know that there's an index at the back of your catalog? So there's sidebar, an alphabetical index of the stamp sets, but then there's also an accessories index. So paper, where are we? Designer, series paper 130 to 134. Okay, let me just find this here because I can't remember the colors of this ombre paper and I want to tell you. All right, so this one is in, so this one is Poppy Parade. And then we've got Mango Melody. And then we've got Night of Navy. And then we've got Gorgeous Grape. So let me just spread these out a bit here. So there's the 4 different colors in there. And again, the camera doesn't do it justice. The sparkles in this are just so pretty. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside. And then the last specialty paper that I have that I want to show you is the gold and the rose gold. I have a little bit of this on a card that I can show you in a sec here. So there's the gold and there's the rose gold. So there's those 2. And again, really shiny and shimmery. Adds really nice bit of bling to your cards and a little bit of elegance too. So that's the gold and the rose gold. And so that one comes in the 6x6 for that one. Just put these away. Okay, that is all the specialty papers that I have other than the sweets. I'm still going to show you some sweets, but that's the ones that are separate from the sweets. I'm going to pause briefly though, because I realized I didn't tell you yet about the prize giveaways for today. So there's 3 prize giveaways today. And again, today is Saturday, May 29th. So it's only today from now through until I finish off. I go live again at 7 p.m. tonight, and I'll be doing the prize draws in that live session. So the first prize draw is a Just for Coming draw. So if you are here watching any of the videos today between now and when I do the draws at, shortly after 7 tonight, please make sure you comment, because any comment that you make today on May 29th gets you entered in the Just for Coming draw. And the prize for that is a $10 product credit that you can use on an order. The next draw is the treasure hunt. And if you look in the event listing, there should be a link to a PDF with the treasure hunt. If you can't find it, please just make a comment or send me a message and I will send you the PDF. And so the treasure hunt takes you through the catalog and just asks some questions about some different stuff in the catalog. And everyone who lets me know today, again, before I do the draw a little after 7, that you've completed the treasure hunt will be entered into the draw for that. I will go through the answers in my live session this evening. And you don't have to get them all right. If you completed it, then and let me know, then you're entered in the draw, whether you get all the questions right or not. I just want you to have fun looking through the catalog, and that's a nice way to kind of get you through. So please let me know if you complete that treasure hunt. And then again, the prize for that is a $10 product credit for one of your orders. And then the last giveaway actually is for today and tomorrow. So if you place an order of any amount between now and midnight tomorrow, Sunday, May 30th, then you are entered into the placed an order draw. Sorry, I just saw something here. Yep, okay, fine. Sorry, just saw something on my phone. It looks like there's a problem, but we're fine. So yes, place any order between now and midnight tomorrow on Sunday, May 30th. And make sure that you check in with me. I should see it, but just double check. Let me know that you did place the order. And there's a host code that you can use. I'll put that in the event listing. I don't think I put it in the event listing, but I'll go check that and I'll put it on this video as well in the comments. And if your order is under $200, please use that host code. And that allows me to get some items that I can then give away. If your order is going to be $200 or more, then don't use that host code because you get your own items for free. You get your own Stampin' Rewards. So that's the 3 draws. So just for coming, make sure you comment in any video today. Treasure hunt, make sure you get that PDF and fill it out and then let me know that you did that and you get entered into that draw. And the placed in order draw. So place an order anytime between now and midnight tomorrow and you'll be entered into that. And so the just for coming and treasure hunt draws I will do tonight and announce the winners. And the placed in order draw I will do Monday morning and announce the winner on my page here. Okay, so let's actually look at a couple of these stamp sets. So one I've got here, this is the color and contour bundle that I showed you a few minutes ago. So this is the stamp set. Pull the paper off here. You don't actually have to keep the plastic. I'm just kind of a bit of a weirdo and I kept it for reasons known only to my brain. Anyway. This is something that Stampin' Up! Changed just with this new catalog. The photopolymer stamp sets now actually have images in the case. And so you can keep your stamps. They used to have, this plastic that they were stuck to, and you can keep them in that plastic if you like, but you can also just take them out and put them right in your stamp case. So this is the color and contour stamp set. And it's got these lovely flowers. So again, there's the line drawing, and then there's the fill, if you will, that you can color in the images and the sentiments. And then this is the scalloped contours dies. And here is all those wonderful scalloped rectangles I was talking about. So first of all, there's this flower die coordinates with this long flower here, and this die coordinates with this flower here. And then you have this scalloped edge that you can use. And then there's all these lovely rectangles, and each one has a slightly different finish to it and all these different sizes. And these are great to use on any project. And you can use the smaller ones for sentiments or the bigger ones for backgrounds. And I made a card with this that I will grab. And this is a little sample card that I made with this one. So I stamped this flower, or sorry, I started with this actually, stamped this in polished pink for the flowers. And then I stamped this also in polished pink. So even though these are the same color, both polished pink, and that's one of those new in colors, you can see both the outline and the inside. And then I've got one of those rectangles here, another one of the rectangles, and then this is the scalloped edge. And then I just put a little piece of pink in on the inside of my card there. So this is that lovely scalloped edge die and some of the rectangles. And then these are some of the polished pink jewels. So you can see those there. So that is the color and contour bundle. Let me just put that away. And then I have one more I'm going to show you now, and then I think I'll save the rest for later. Okay, Beauty of the Earth Suite. So I'm going to go back to it here. So that is this. This is the Beauty of the Earth Suite. And here it is. So here is the stamp set. And so you have the evergreen tree and the deciduous tree. And so there's the background, if you will, the main part of the tree. And this actually, even if you just, I can't speak English for half a second here. You just stamp this in one color of ink and it gives you 2 shades just from stamping the image once. Plus there's this highlight that can go over top. So if you stamp this in one color and then you stamp this in a darker color over top, and same with this. And I'll show you an example of both of those in just a sec. And these have dies with them. There's the tree trunk here that also has a die, and then some lovely sentiments in here. Thinking of you, I believe in you, hello, you truly inspire me, thank you, and friendships refresh the soul. I just really like these sentiments. I know we all send birthday cards, but sometimes it's nice to send a card just because, or when someone did something nice, or maybe they're going through a hard time and you just want to give them something to help them feel better. That's what I really like these sentiments for. And then this one's like a little shadow that you can put under the tree. And then this is just some fun little splotches you can use in the background. Okay, the dies that go with this are here. And so as I mentioned, there's this die. These are not to size. So this die fits over that evergreen. You can see that the actual stamps are bigger. So there's this die that fits over the evergreen tree. And then there's this one that fits over this sort of deciduous tree. Could be an evergreen too, little shrub, why not? And then there's this one here that cuts out this tree trunk stamp, or you can use it on its own. You could just cut that out of a brown paper or designer paper, but you can also stamp this and then cut that out. And then you've also got, so this one, I can't pick it up. Okay, it doesn't want to be picked up. So this one does this big broad trunk with the outline. And then this is actually two dies here. So pull this one off. Stick. So this one kind of gives you just sort of the idea of leaves. It's not, doesn't give you individual leaves, but just gives you the idea of leaves that can then go over top of this trunk, or this one gives you an outline. So you could cut out the trunk with this, cut out the top of the tree and place it over top like that. So that is cool, I think. And then you have these two nice little rectangles that, of course, fit a lot of the sentiments in the stamp set. So that's the dies. And let me set that aside one moment. There. And then we have the bark 3D embossing folder. And unfortunately, I did not think to run this through. I have a card made with this suite, but I didn't have the embossing folder yet. And I didn't think to run a sample through for you. But you can see that this has this pattern like the bark of a tree. And so you could put your cardstock in this way or this way, depending on how you wanted it to go. And it's a really nice embossing folder. Set that guy aside. There. And the designer paper. You can see there's some pieces in here. I've already used a bunch. So let me grab that and get the rest of this out of here. 1 second. There. Okay. So this one, I've already used most of this one. I'm going to have to buy some more. But this one has a bunch of different trees on it. You'll see it on my project in just a second. And then the backside has just sort of a different shades of green on that one. This one is autumn leaves on a tree. And then the background, again, it's not actual individual leaves, but sort of the suggestion of leaves. And I've seen projects where people will use this die and cut this out of this, and it looks like autumn leaves on a tree. It's so pretty. So there's that one. Some nice little leaves in greens and blues here. And this one, I love this one. I am so going to make a Christmas card with this one. So this has got the different blue in it. And by the way, if you're ever wondering what colors to use with your designer paper, if you look at the back, it tells you. So in this case, the blues are Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy. And so either color would coordinate with this one. So that's that piece. This one, again, kind of fall colors. But some greenery and some blue in there. And then this is just a blue one. It works brilliant if you want to use it like sky, if you're doing a sort of a diorama type card, it works as sky, or it could even work as snow. That would be lovely as well. This one, sort of fallish, but I think it could actually be used anytime. And this is one that makes basically its own background for a card. So if you just were to cut out a section, that's your whole background on your card right there. But then of course you can just die cut out or cut out smaller portions of it. So that's that one. And the back side is some trees in the different greens. And the greens in this set are, where did we go? We have got Old Olive and Mossy Meadow in there. This has some more trees in it. And this has the yellow is Bumblebee, by the way. And then this one just is like a bark design on that. And that is all the different designer papers in that. As I said, this is my favorite. The hand penned is it almost took the #1 spot, but this Beauty of the Earth suite, it managed to stay in top spot for me. So there's the papers again. And that, oh, I didn't show you the card though. I have to show you the card. And this is one project that I made with this set. So on this one, you can see that's this paper that I used almost all of it. It's because I made a whole bunch of these. So there's this designer paper with green. And then this is what I was talking about with these stamps. So I stamped this one in the Bumblebee, and then I stamped over it with the Old Olive. And that gave this, where you can see the yellow in the background and then the green. And then I cut that out with the dies. And then this is the tree trunk. I just placed the leaves over top. So I stamped this and cut it out. And then I've got some Bumblebee gingham ribbon and that. And in fact, if you want to know how to make this card, I had a post scheduled to go up at 1:30. So 12 minutes ago. So it should already be up on my page. So as soon as I'm done here, you can go have a look. And oh, did that one? Yes, that's the one that was supposed to go up at 1:30. So there should already be a post on my page with a link to my YouTube channel and a video where I walk you through how to make this card. Okay, so that's that. Told you about the prize draws. Okay, I think that's all I have for the moment. There are going to be other videos. So we have another one at 2, at 3, at 4, and at 5 from some of my demonstrator colleagues. And so that'll post on the hour each hour, and it'll be a different video where they each make projects using a different one of the new suites. So there's going to be one with the pansy petals. There's going to be one with the hand penned. There's going to be one that uses this Simply Succulents, which is a returning favorite, but she has some really cool techniques and uses some of the new colors and new papers. And then, what did I say? Pansies, hand penned, that I'm forgetting something. Oh, Inspired Thoughts. So there's going to be, let me just pull that one up in here 1 second and show you. Inspired Thoughts, page 52. One moment while I flip to that page. So that's this one here, the Inspired Thoughts. It has some lovely sentiments for all throughout the year and comes with a set of dies. And so there's going to be a video on that. So watch for those throughout the afternoon. All of these videos are going to be staying on my page. So if you can't come and watch them right when they post, they'll be here. And everything for today has the hashtag AC21. So if you ever want to find these again, just on my page up near the top right, click on the little sort of spyglass to search and just type in hashtag AC21 and you'll find all the posts from today. Don't forget to do the treasure hunt and let me know when you've done it. If you want to place an order and you're not sure how to do that, let me know and I'm happy to answer questions. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of the afternoon. I will be back at 7 o'clock tonight to show you some more products and to do our prize draws. So have a great afternoon and I will see you this evening.